We're going to skip over to Madonna. I did Vogue. I did a little voguing there. So I know nothing about Madonna's life. Full disclosure, I think she's a little creepy. I was a huge fan when I was a young girl. I thought Like a Virgin was the greatest album ever. I had the rubber bracelets. I did the whole thing. Um, I Desperately Seeking Susan, still one of my favorite movies. I loved when she got married to Sean Penn. I hung on every moment of that. But at some point, my opinion of her changed, and it was almost like she was trying too hard, and trying to be like you're already the queen of pop. You don't have to keep shocking us. You don't have to, you know, publish another book, a Stephen Meisel book. You don't have to do that. We've got it. Like we know that you're shocking. And it was like she just kept trying. Like she got the grills and like, come on, stop. Um, and I was upset when she married Guy Ritchie because I did like Guy Ritchie's movies, and I was afraid that that was going to be affected me. Like this has personal effect on me. No, I do like Guy Ritchie's movies. Snatch is one of my favorite movies. Brad Pitt is fantastic in it with his Irish accent, his Irish gypsy accent. Um, so I had to look her up. So let's put it that way. And what I got is that she recently split up with a young boxer named Josh Popper. He was only 30. Mind you, Madonna is 65. Um, she broke up with him, not long ago. And she is now dating Richard Ri Riakpore. Porhi? I can't say Riakporhe. He's 34 years old. We're just going to call him Richard for the rest of it because I don't want to butcher his last name. He's also a boxer. So they were just out for a night on the town over the weekend. And Madge, of course, looks fabulous. I'll see if I could squeeze their picture into the thumbnail. I think she does have a grill on in this picture. He's certainly a good looking guy. I'm sure he is ripped out and in great shape. And that's one of the things, you don't get into, and, we could talk about plastic surgery all day long, but you don't get into that kind of shape that Madonna's in without being extremely regimented. I've said this about J-Lo too. Being very careful about what you put into your body and very careful about how you move your body. So let's see how this budding relationship with Richard is going to go. And I guess she met Popper, the last boyfriend. Her son, David Banda, was taking some lessons in boxing, and they blame her busy tour schedule on the not seeing each other. But now she's with Richard. So, and honestly, I think Richard's a little bit better looking, just in my opinion. So let's see. There's a sloppy shuffle again for you. Let's see how she's got. I'm going to bring the picture up just so I can focus on their energy. All right. So how's this relationship going to go? Not good. Not good. This is a rebound relationship, guys. So we got two of those. Whenever the cards stick together, I always take them together. So, there's some kind of quid pro quo for this. So I do think that maybe she's helping him promote himself or maybe an endeavor or business that he has. I know that Popper had his own gym. I don't know about Richard. I don't know if Richard has a gym or something like that. But looks like there's some quid pro quo here. Now, it is a rebound relationship. It's, trying to busy oneself after having, broken heart or not seeing someone, circumstances make us break up. Is it hitting all the marks? Not necessarily. Is it time to move on? Not just yet. We're limiting our, it's not gushy and over the top. It's just kind of a I want to say mechanical. It's like very mechanical. And we're just kind of doing what we do and having a good time with that. It's just kind of what we're doing. Is that a bad thing? No, he's going to be a placeholder for a little while. It's just a placeholder until we find somebody else. So there it is. What's going on with her professionally? And she just finished in October, I think it was, the Celebrations tour. Uh, ba, 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 ba. She only recently revived her Celebrations tour, performing in London last October after quitting due to ill health. She swapped concerts in Brazil earlier this month, throwing a big party with Pop or Nowhere to be seen. And this is coming out of the Mirror, boys and girls. So, that was that bacterial infection she had. Okay. She has a birthday coming up in August. We'll see who's with her on her birthday. So what's going on professionally? So we revived the tour. What's going on with her professionally? What does she need to know? Speed and communication. Work. She's got to outsource. She's got to outsource some of her communications. So this tells me that while she is on the tour, in order to get the most bang for her buck, Tower in reverse. We're just going to pull a clarifier card for that one. Don't get clouded by that Knight of Cups. So communication and speed. Okay. So this is a lot of the time we look at the Eight of Wands as internet, your tweets, sorry, there's a gnat down here. Your Instagram lives, that kind of thing. She really needs to put somebody in charge of that because some of the messaging that she's sending out is contradictory. And, having someone while she's on tour, which is an incredible amount of work, especially, it's an incredible amount of work when you're in your 20s and 30s, but at 65, is she really 65? I think she's really 65, guys. She's 65. At 65, doing the show that she does is incredibly taxing. I don't care how good of shape you're in. I really don't. You're going to be exhausted. So plugging someone in to take care of the marketing aspect of that with the social media is going to make a lot more sense. If she turns the social media around and starts focusing on this new paramour, it's going to kind of dilute the message of the Celebrations tour. So she really needs to have somebody in charge of that. This guy, he can be a great distraction. He can be something terrific. But fusing the professional and personal life, it should be one shot of him, like maybe once every 10 days, and that's it. And not videos of him or anything of that sort, her, dancing around with him or whatever. Even though she does want to kind of combine those two lives and she really does want to stay in charge of her social media, it's a good idea to have someone curate and cultivate that social media presence, because I'm getting the sense that we may not see a lot more touring out of her, like real extensive tours. Let's take a look. Let's see. Ooh. So touring, I think we're not going to see touring very much. I think it may be too much for her to tour in the future. Chariot card with the Three of Swords in reverse. I think the wear and tear is just too much. But I do think that we're going to get a big revival album. I think she is going to take a page out of this Taylor Swift book. So, Taylor Swift did the Eras tour. Then she did the movie for people that couldn't make it to the tour because the tickets were $8,000 each. Uh, and now she's doing the European leg of the tour. So, I think we're going to see footage of this tour, the celebration tour. I think Madge really knows that they need to document this, and she's done that before. I mean, we had the movie Truth or Dare. Those of you that are younger may not be familiar with that. But Warren, she was dating Warren Beatty at the time, and she had oh, not Rosie O'Donnell. Was it Rosie O'Donnell? I think no, Sandra Bernhard. I think was one of her friends that was hanging. I think Rosie O'Donnell was there actually. So I think they're going to find that doing recordings of this and doing it's almost like a soup to nuts kind of DVD Netflix special is going to come out. So it's going to start with her early days and kind of take you through all of her touring. So it's going to be this like live presentation of all of her tours and her best performances from the tours, which is going to be really cool. I mean, the footage is there. It's just a matter of having someone edit it and put it together. It's a great idea. So if they're listening, hey, it was my idea. It is a great idea. Just doing like a symposium of her tours, kind of a chronology of her tours, the best of the best of the best of the best. I think that is going to kind of be her swan song. The end of the live performances. I think she's going to package it together. So, you would have to sit for like 6 hours and watch all of these amazing performances. Live Aid, I had that jacket. It was similar to the one she had in the Live Aid performance. I loved that jacket, and it was so cheap and crappy, and I still loved it. There's a picture of me somewhere with it. If I can find it, I will. Um, but I do think that that's kind of the direction we're going. I think the touring is too much at this point. She's 65, guys. That's 5 years away from 70. So, we're getting to an age where things get very complicated. Sorry, that was a hair in my mouth. Dog hair in my mouth because Raven is laying over there still sleeping. So I think that's what we're going to see. I think, getting together with a good producer, editor, director, I think that's really going to be the trick. So cool stuff for Miss Madge. So we're saying that relationship she's in right now is definitely a lily pad relationship. I call them lily pad relationships, lily pad jobs, when you're just hopping to the next one. And I think this may be her last tour, maybe a couple of mini tours, but I think this is going to be the last big one. I think, the harbinger of having the infection that she had before. I think I did a reading on that. And I think I said that she actually was out. They had to bring her back. I think I said that. But this brings us